Welcome back for another yummy update. Crypto slightly reversing up, right? That's been the theme. After the Donald Trump pump, reversal came back down. We closed the gap of the CME, and now we're starting to move on up. Now, obviously, we're going to keep our fingers crossed because we need some good things to come our way. Man, it's been horrendous. What a freak accident, friends. There's been talks as well. Donald Trump's tariffs. He might walk some of them back. Mexico, China, Canada with the maple syrup. The market's trying to figure out what's going to be the baseline, what's going to happen. Remember, the intention of the tariffs is to force a lot of companies to come to America and basically become American made, and then you won't have the tariff. That's one of the forces. Also, to slow down the demand of some Americanas, and then that will get Kippy down. The CPI, Kippy friends, the professionals call it Kippy. So when that goes down, the US Feds will be able to cut rates, stabilize stuff. That's what we're all waiting for, basically the magic to happen. Now, what's happening today, actually? So Richard Hart, friends, has called on the whole PulseChain community. PulseChain just won big in court, and it's not a security, and it has flawless operation 662 days ago. It has a chain, 47,000 validators. Now it's time for you to contact only these large entities to support PulseChain. Small exchanges get hacked too often. That's what he's pretty much referring to. So coming out here. So what we've actually done, friends, I've got another video coming out. We'll probably go through more. So I've actually made just messages. I've contacted. We've basically just gone out Twitter and spamming everyone out here. It's not spam, man. We're just like letting everyone know to do that. So I'm going to go through more on the details on these exchanges. So I've got a big one on ThorChain. This is awesome. This is they're not a centralized exchange. They are cross-chain, right? It's actually what North Korea used to move the Ethereum into the Bitcoin, which I reported to you on. So ThorChain, friends, is wonderful because anyone on any chain, they can just swap right in and they'll be able to get PLS straight in, so they could stay in crypto. But we've also got messages out here for Kraken. We have Binance. We have Coinbase as well. And yeah, everyone's out here tagging pretty much everyone out here. But yeah, look, a lot of you probably sit down, you're probably thinking to yourselves, like, man, it feels like maybe begging, or it feels like we don't want to do this, or why are we going out and doing that? Look, that's not the point. And the point is, think you're an investor. Yeah, you're an investor. Just think of it like this. You see, okay, it's contrarian. It's deep value. All right, 250,000 people. Memes, cults, religions. Okay, so it's currently a cult. All right, it's a cult. I believe it's a future religion. All right, it's a future religion. It's pretty much, I call it a neo-religion right now, priced like a celebrity token. All right, celebrity tokens are really, really cheap and dog shit, right? So you're sitting on the sidelines. This is how I would be interpreting it. You're watching me yelling to this fluffy microphone to tell you that there are thousands of PulseChain community members reaching out to all these exchanges, and you've got a bull market coming. There's no listings. It's contrarian, hated, prices are cheap, and you're trying to assess the probabilities that this cult will become a neo-religion. Now, what's a neo-religion? Well, just neo-religion means you just have an answer for everyone. And you don't even really need to worry about the terms, friends. Just like PulseChain itself, the price is pretty racist. It's like 640 million market cap. You know, that's nothing. So, like, this should be 60 billion one day. It should be 100x higher. It should be. And that's big, man. One day. So you're trying to assess the probabilities. Is it more towards a 1% chance it's going to get there? Or is it more towards a 20% chance? Or a 50% chance that it's going to get there? Do you see what I mean? So people who do no information, friend, no informational research, they're sitting on the sidelines. They say, hey, Richard's, he ate too many hamburgers. He twerked in Louis Vuitton tracksuits. Uncle Bobby Loukas doesn't like him. Too many people out there don't like him. Soy drinkers don't like him. So if you let that consume you, then you're never going to get to the real answer, because there is an information asymmetry. Remember, I always talk to you, friends, how you're trying to like find information gaps and fill the gaps yourself. Yeah, you discover information and you see what the market's pricing stuff at. So right now the market pretty much, it knows, oh, we're not listed anywhere. Who cares that he beat the SEC? It prices it in, they don't give a crap. But what we're doing is pushing forward with all these informational advantages and all this energy going forward. It's going to move into something good. I don't know what it's going to be. One listing exchange. I don't know. I'm just telling you, like, just the market's not pricing that in, right? It's pretty much giving it 0% chance of success. So that's what you're trying to assess going forward. That's why, like, you don't have to really believe. Of course, we believe, but like, even from just a typical investor with some poopy fiat to deploy, you see, oh wow, there's a positive energy being shifted somewhere into like getting their name listed on some exchange. I mean, like, by the way, they tried all the vaporware celebrity rug token trash JPEG coins, so it's just a matter of time before good things happen. And also, Richard continues, right? For those considering large marketing campaigns right now, it's easier for people to sign up to an exchange and just buy than to sign up, install a wallet, buy Ethereum, withdraw, bridge the PulseChain, and then swap. Just it's obviously less steps when it comes to that. So that's how you interpret it, friends. Like, you can see a large group of people who are working towards something, and the market's given a 0% odds. Yeah, I didn't even say 100%. We believe it's 100%, but it doesn't even need to be. You know, like, hey, Marcus, you got this wrong. You got this wrong, market. Maybe our fair value should be like 6x higher based off where Ethereum is today. You know, locking in for the bull market. So this little Asian kid out here on a squeaky chair, on all these phones out here. What is he doing? Could be chatting up to some people on dating apps. This is the time to lock in, friends. I know it feels really, really bad. Everyone's talking about recession and things out here, but no, the macro is still exactly the same. Remember, I've been showing you, friends, the US dollar has been crashing and oil's been going down. Okay, so macro is working its way for our advantages. It has. It's not even a real advantage. This is just a cycle. Yeah, it's almost like it's an unstoppable force at this point. That's why I want you to just think about all these news that are throwing their way out. You don't really need to understand, oh, is Donald Trump, is he an alpha male? Is he playing the cards? It doesn't matter, man. US dollar's going down, oil's going down. It's pretty much all the stars have aligned. That's the thing, man. They really have aligned for us to get double bubble alt season and resurrection prophecy. Like, and seeing some surprise moves, friends. Richard Hart beating the SEC. Look, we had so much infinitely bad news. You would have thought, well, we're like so beaten down, we're probably going to like get dropped at the very, very end if we're lucky by the SEC. No, but yeah, it just ends up winning in the top 5% of cases. They're just showing you, like, that was like, I think that's like it's like a universe calling. It's pretty much sending us a sign. It's like, hey, I can surprise you to the upside. You know, it's just that we're so beaten down. Ethereum's price is so low, you can't imagine that. You don't really believe that, but we'll see how it plays out. We've got some fantastic news as well, friends. And oh man, let's just read it. Okay, Michael Saylor, he's now tweeting. Last week, MicroStrategy did not sell any shares. So we've gone down for so long. He's run out of money. The bullish tweets are no longer, hey, I just bought $5 billion worth. There's no money left. The new bullish tweets are, guess what? I didn't sell yet. Thank you very much, Michael Chad Saylor. And here I am joking. We are so cooked. Oh man, but by the way, friends, it is true. You know when he says we hodl 499,000 BTC, they can only sell at this point. Just to let you know, you know what I mean. Like the price is already reflected of these, but people are going to be like, "Whoa, he holds so much." But that's how people are going to see these with rose-tinted glasses when it comes later on. Man, it's cold. Now, another news of the day, friends. So Roca Negra agreed to buy 2 major ports at the Panama Canal from their Hong Kong-based owner, following pressure from Donald Pump over alleged Chinese influence. And here I am interjecting, right? I have told you for long that Roca Negra is the US government private wallet for years. So they're meant to be separate, man. That's gold. It's like, hey, Roca Negra, you go buy this thing. It's pretty much, that's crypto, friend. That crypto knowledge, that's what you have to understand. Yes, Roca Negra, buying BTC. We know the pendulum's swinging in our favor, but we don't really ever truly win the whole game. We might win some battles here and there, you know, but ultimately the government's in control. Now, it's beautiful that at least all the stars have aligned. There's no one bad in this government that's even like against us now. It's like, who's left? That's what I really do believe. By the end of this, the top signal, the final top signal, it might be the US Fed. We might get the US Fed at the very, very end to go, all right, we'll have a discussion about putting Bitcoin on the balance sheet. Just say the words. That's it. And then everyone will speculate. They'll say, oh my gosh, the guys with the money printer. They literally just print money and they accumulate. That's it. So they probably won't do it, but just talk about it. Just like Tim Apple. Tim Apple did not get Apple to put Bitcoin on the balance sheet in November of 2021. They just got him on a television interview to say Bitcoin and Ethereum are good for portfolio diversification. That's all he said. And that was the top on the day. All right. So that's something we're thinking about. The type of this esoteric, unique niche knowledge. Shout out to my friend, Ikkyu, Sojun. It's funny. Conscious Lab Rat. That's actually a hilarious nickname. It's like we're just in the game. Like we know we're all just like the littlest pawns. It's funny. 10 trillion in their grip. 5% of the S&P 500 in their pocket. They are the US government's shadow fixer. In 2020, the Fed handed them 4.5 trillion in zombie virus bond cash. No auction, just a wink and handle it. It's the deep state slush fund network, power snatch dressed up as business deal. When the world's messy, they cash in. 100%. They accumulate. They accumulate everything. That's the whole game. They never have to sell. Because, okay, sell into what? Sell into fiat. They have the money printer. Why would they sell back into the thing they already have? That's what their job is. Just literally just one large vacuum. Just imagine a vacuum fence hoovering. Yes. So that's the ultimate ploy of them is for that. That's why we always say, even as retailers, swim with the whales. These people are they're actual like real big blue whales, deep blue sea whales, and they're the ones that you want to do. They never sell. They just accumulate over time. Okay, and if trust me, if they were buying other stuff, you'd know about it. They'd be shilling it. They'd be telling you to get in because that's what they want. Because here's the thing, friends. When if you own land of a city, if it's just you in there, you have no power and control. No one cares about it. Like if you're just some African tribe, and everyone's going hoo 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 hoo, you know what I mean? Like everyone's just doing the African tribe stuff, right? No one cares about. No one cares that you have this patch of dirt. Yeah. So what they do is they get into that patch of dirt and then they tell everyone to start getting in. This is the best. This is great. And they just feed you any narrative you want. Oh, this thing's going to take over the US government. They just say words like that. They don't care. They just want you in because they have power and control. Okay. So what's your alternative? You go from the fiat, which they're printing, and then, okay, the rats are going to this patch of land. Okay, well, guess what? They own that. That's what they want. They really, really do want that. Friends, at some point in the future, decades from now, there'll probably be some sort of new creation of an asset class that we can't conceive of, and the government won't have it. And they will, once again, all our crypto people will call that new thing a scam because we don't have the power control in it. And so it repeats the cycle all over again. I have this interesting take, friends, from Uncle Bobby Loukas. So this is another yummy update coming your way. So the S&P 500, he has a chart here concerning developments in equities. S&P formed a failed daily cycle. So that's it down here. It's only the first daily of the weekly. Due to bounce soon in a new daily cycle, but this is generally a good warning of an intermediate time frame trend change developing. That's like, trend for, you know what I mean? So here's the next one. And soy, when would you start to believe that the bear case is playing out? He said this was 2 days ago. The January low is the last weekly cycle low and has to hold. No ifs, no buts, even though we love big butts here, okay? We appreciate all sizes of peaches. This is it right now. This is the January weekly low right here. It was so when he posted it, friends, it broke. It was like on the low right here, and it's done this 1.5% rally. So that's pretty much what he's referring to. Was this thing has to hold. This has to be a fake out for us to continue. Yeah. So man, stock market stuff. It's hard to read, isn't it? When it comes to that, he says he's long stocks. But yeah, I like this, friends. Like I said, it's my type of pornography. I'm like, oh, cool, the cycles. Friends, literally 3 days ago, what was everyone saying? Don't worry, it's still uptrend. It's going up. Everything's great. And then we reverse the move, and they go, oh crap, it's actually almost over. That's That's a chartist's way of saying, wow, it could be over right now. And then like if we just reverse up, oh no, wait, the cycle low is holding. So that's the thing, friends. These people, when their critical moments come on these short-term time frames, they don't know if the levels are going to hold. It like chews through the level, it slices through, and they're like, crap, it's not actually holding it. And then by the end of the next day or two, it like comes back. That's why I just put the weekly chart up. I just put a weekly chart up, and I've just got a super trend for Bitcoin. I'm like, well, look, see, friends, it's literally all of the pain, everything we just saw was like right here. Isn't that crazy? In like these two little weekly candles, these two candles, that's it. Can you believe that? Like when you go up, it's just kind of like, do you remember Japan's Pokemon crisis? It was here. Look at that. Boop. And it looks like so insignificant on chart. It almost like it pisses me off in a very non-family friendly way. Like I want to choke you, but I can't because it's a nice squishy Pokeball. It pisses me off that the chart, it doesn't show what we're going through. We're like, you just reduced us to this little shitty wick. That wasn't dude, that was not the pain. Then you saw me, friends, you saw me on camera. I was depressed. I was like, oh my God, if we flip red on this weekly super chain, it's over. And we did flip red. I was like, man, that was like, I was literally dead. I was a dead man inside. And then we went back up, but you don't feel good. You just like, you know what, it could still come back down and then just stop. So this that we're seeing right now, we just go up later on, and then this thing, you're looking at it like, dude, you literally made me throw in the towel. That's what most of you are feeling. So on one hand, I want the charts to reflect the pain. It doesn't though. So the reality is all this stuff we're going through now, because you see, when I tell you the truth, you don't believe me anyway. I don't even believe myself. And the truth is we're going to pump hard later. And this chart's just going to be another little doji wick squiggly line candle that just gets chewed up, and we just continue later on and we pretend like nothing happened. That's what it is. But no one believes you because you sound so naive, friends. That's very, very true, right? Bulls make all the money, but bulls sound naive and stupid. They do, man. We do. That's why, friends. You always get poked at by people like, oh, you're not assessing the risks. Oh, you're always bullish. Oh, you're always deployed. You never put on a hedge. You never put on a short. You never believe this and that. You always believe it's going up. Because what they do is they believe, see, when you give you the fundamental stuff of why things are happening, they only listen when the thing's up. Most likely we all get excited on local highs. So then they throw their heart in with you. Then you go down. Like, Alpedo drops 75% or whatever. And everyone's like, oh, it's a scam. It's all the scam. What happened? Still believe? Yeah, still believe. Price is cheaper. You know what I mean? So that's what they want everyone to really capitulate, because they're like, oh man, I gave my heart and my soul into that narrative you were talking about, and then I really believe in prices go down. So that's what happens, friends. Now, that's a reset. People reset back to rationality. Yeah. At the tops, there's no reset. There's no. You go up, and then it goes, and then it goes, and then get in, and then it just goes, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. Oh, that's actually the tops. There's no resetting of rationality. That's why people say we need corrections. That's why they say we need to wipe out leverage. Okay, we need to wipe out leverage. We got to go. We need to wipe out leverage. That's what people keep saying. Okay, now where do we go from here? Well, look. Bitcoin's still green on the weekly super trend. Friend, I really do believe in my two nipples that I've been tweaking every single day to pump the markets. Man, I think we're going to get a cycle like 2017 where we're just going to stay green on the weekly super trend the whole year. It's going to look like it's over. Like, friends, it looked over here. I think China map banned Bitcoin here again. We went up. It looked over here. Blockchain backer actually sold here, by the way. His first cycle, it looked over here. See what I mean? Like, look at it, just show you. Like, it literally looked over. Actually, it looked over here as well. It just literally and this was just 1 week. This is why I'm telling you it starts to get really dangerous. Okay, on the way up, see what happens is everyone thinks learn this right. Everyone thinks this is going to be a reset, just like all the others. Yeah, they think, oh, this thing is probably going to get. What actually happens, friends, is the FOMO has built up from the crowd so much that they don't let it go down here. So the crowd is not patient, right? The crowd is impatient. So this thing is only down like 27%. It's like down 25% 1 week. Yeah, so normally it's meant to take like 2 to 4 weeks of poop for them to get in. But the crowd's like, there's like one dip in 1 week and they're in. It's like you crash from a Sunday to a Sunday. It's down on the Sunday, just start buying straight away. You know, they haven't let it like drift down. And what actually happens is there's so many people waiting on the sidelines, it reverses the move up and it keeps going. That's what I think is actually going to happen in our white swan by the end of the year. Something like that will happen. And look, you know, that's been happening right now. Look at this, friends. We thought it was over here, September. We thought it was over, you know, Bitcoin spot ETF, okay? We thought it was over here, Japan Pokemon Island. We think it's over right now. This is Trump tariff stuff out here, weirdness, all this scamming. See what I mean? Like it just looks like it's over every single time. And then when Bitcoin, so what I'm going to do is just trace the weekly super trend. It might just go up like this and Bitcoin might just go up and it might look like it's over again, friends, in September, July, August, September again. Everyone thinks it's over, maybe 130K Bitcoin and then white swan. So if I was to just to repeat something, if we go closer, what it looked like in what happened in 2017 is you go up. So this line is September. So move up into September and there's probably just like this dip that comes down, but then it just moves up like that. And that's your blow off. That's what we call the blow off. This thing is not enough of a reset. And that's what we might find is you see where we are now between 80 and 100K. That might be where we come back to in the next bear market. We find the floor back exactly at this zone out here. So that's how 2017 played out. Now, I just drew squiggly lines on a chart. I don't know the news because it's going to be like really wild and unpredictable, man. Like it's going to be specific names and leaders and tattoos and just wild stuff. But it's all part of the chart. Okay, you don't need to know the news. You don't need to know which country is going to adopt Bitcoin next. You don't need to know any of these. You don't need to know any of that. Okay, you don't need to know, oh, the US Fed is going to say we're going to put Bitcoin on the balance sheet, even though they might con us and not actually do it. Yes, you don't actually need to know all that. You just need to know the bull market phase is moving up, gaining strength, right? And at the end, no reset. That's it. No reset. Trapping everyone. That's what you need to know. That's what we're ultimately building up towards. You're my friend. I'm wearing a Pikachu hat. Like, subscribe. Catch you soon.